Louis Cyr was a French-Canadian strongman, with a career that spanned the late 19th to early 20th century. Louis was born in Saint-Cypre de Naperville, Quebec, Canada. He came from a French-Canadian family, and Louis was the second of 17 brothers and sisters. His father Paris exceeded normal proportions, and his mother Philomene was of Amazon appearance and weighed 265 pounds at 6'1". Cyr started working at the age of 12. Over the years, Louis embarked on many different employment experiences. He worked as a farmhand, lumberjack, weightlifter, policeman, and eventually became the strongest man in the world. Louis started his strongman career at the age of 17. When he was young, it was reported that he lifted a farmer's wagon that was stuck in the ground. After this, he got a lot of publicity and landed his first match against Michaud of Quebec, who at the time was the strongest man in the world. Louis beat him in tests of lifting heavy stones by hoisting a granite boulder weighing 480 pounds. At just 17 years old, Louis weighed 230 pounds, and at this time he entered his first strongman contest in Boston, where he lifted a horse off the ground that weighed 3/4 short of a ton. From 1883 to 1885, Louis served as a police officer in Montreal, Quebec. Following this, he went on a tour with a troupe that included a wrestler, a boxer, and a weightlifter. From the impact he left on the police force, both the statues Parc Louis Cyr and Place de Homme Fort were named after him. After 2 years, pertinent with his earnings, Louis left the police force. In 1884, Louis married Melina while she was working as a logger. Shortly after, the Cyr family immigrated to Lowell, Massachusetts. At this time, Cyr changed his name from Cypre Noel to Louis. This was because he was gaining more attention and Louis was easier to pronounce in English. One of the most memorable days of strength occurred in Montreal on October 12, 1891, where Louis resisted the pull of 4 draft horses, as grooms stood cracking their whips to get them to pull harder. His greatest feat occurred in 1895 in Boston, when he lifted 4,337 pounds on his back by putting 18 men on a platform and lifting them.
Alright, hi, I'm Keegan McKay, and today we have Louis Cyr. How are you today?
I'm very good. Thanks for having me here.
Great. You're a really massive guy. How big really are you?
Well, I'm 5'10" tall, and at around 18 years old when I started my lifting career, I was about 270 pounds, but at my peak I was 400.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alright, you haven't always been a famous strongman though, so what did you do before your rise to fame?
Well, back around the time that I married my wife, Melina, I was working as a logger, so even then I was still lifting weights in a way. But not long after that, I switched careers to be a policeman, which had an interesting beginning. I broke up a knife fight between 2 guys and carried them to the local police station to make a citizen's arrest. With this as my reference, I then went ahead and actually joined the police force.
Okay, and so finally, what were your world records?
Well, my records were one-handed pressing 273 pounds with my right arm. I lifted 533 pounds with one finger. Also, I can perform a crucifix with 97 pounds in my left arm and 88 pounds in my right. And then finally, my lift of 4,337 pounds, which I already mentioned.
While several of Louis' feats of strength may have been exaggerated over the years, some were documented and remain very impressive. These feats include lifting a 434-pound weight with one finger, a one-handed snatch of 188 pounds, a one-handed press of 273 pounds, and a back lift of 4,337 pounds. Louis was a big man in all ways, eating more than 4 normal men and up to 6 pounds of meat at one meal. Louis' lightest body weight was when he competed against August Johnson at just 270 pounds. By 1904, Louis' health began to decrease due to excessive eating and low physical activity. At this time, he weighed 400 pounds. Louis slimmed down for his last contest against Hector Darcari, where Louis retained his title and retired unvanquished. Louis tragically died on November 10, 1912 in Montreal due to chronic nephritis, and he was buried at St. John's de Matha.